neighbors. This is Nick from the Route 36 podcast, broadcasting live in Hazlet, New Jersey. And if you're new to the podcast, we cover all things Monmouth County. While our HQ is in Hazlet Keyport, we cover all the news, stories, developments all around town. Our last broadcast was surprisingly 2 years and 1 month ago. And I decided to take a small break after our big, successful 3 episodes. And somehow between our basement studio flooding due to foundation issues and going through the process of working with different vendors and getting quotes from all these different companies, and then trying to find a contractor to actually rebuild our basement, lo and behold, 2 years went by in a flash. And really, it took all that time to find a suitable waterproofing contractor who was not going to rip us off and was not just selling services we didn't need. And then after that, once we finally did that, it took another round or another year to find a contractor that was reliable and within budget to sort of rebuild the basement. So put down sheetrock, do all new flooring, etc. So I'll probably walk you through all those trials and tribulations on a future episode, since I'm sure it's a common issue. Try and give you some advice as to some pitfalls you can avoid. And I'm not looking to badmouth companies by name, but I'll leave more than a few hints so you can kind of avoid some of the hassles I went through. So 2 years, a lot has happened around town, not only in Hazlet, but also Monmouth County in general. I guess the big story is that Village 35, despite the large demand by the Stop Village 35 folks, it does look like that is indeed taking place, and I think they've already started to break ground there. And that's going to be a big story as we move on throughout the year. As we're recording this, we're actually 2 days removed from Halloween, so I hope you all had an enjoyable holiday if you celebrate. Obviously, like everyone else, I'm sure, we stocked up on loads and loads of candy, and we waited and waited and waited, and I think we had about 3 or 4 doorbell rings the entire day. So I know Middletown, there was talk about actually canceling Halloween or postponing it. I didn't know that was an option, and of course, once that news broke out on Facebook, all the local Monmouth County pages were going crazy. How can you cancel a holiday? You know, everyone likes to argue about anything, but that was pretty entertaining to watch. Either way, hopefully everyone had a safe Halloween, and find me on social media. We're on all the outlets, and let me know how many people actually rang your bell. Pretty dry in Hazlet, New Jersey. I don't know if it was the weather or whether kids are just growing up and doing something else. So I'm taking it easy this episode. This is really just trying to make sure all the gear still works, the microphone works, the software works. So we're going to take it kind of light on this episode, and we are going to try and do this bi-weekly, because it might be a bit random when we upload. So if you do subscribe, you will get that notification. And also, we're on Twitter and Instagram, all that. So thanks for listening. Again, future episodes, just a brief overview of what this podcast is all about. It's mostly just news, gossip, and stories affecting all of us within Monmouth County. In addition to developing stories, I'll also speak about some of my personal issues around town, or any cool events that I've noticed or have heard of. And of course, I'll try and curate all of the news stories that you find on Facebook and all the various Monmouth County pages. Cut out all the name-calling and the bickering and present to you the news that you need to hear. So, the grand return. This is Nick from Hazlet, New Jersey, Route 36 podcast. Find us on all the social media outlets. Drop us a like if you're listening on YouTube or on iTunes, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Take care.
A million words, but how to express what I'm feeling when I see you.